Good evening, all. Thank you very much for coming over and joining us. Sorry about the link swap, but I set the other one up on my phone when I was on holiday, and for some reason it won't let me connect to it. So we have to do a fresh one. So if anybody can keep an eye on the other one, just so if anybody goes in there, we'll shoot them over to here. I have put a link at the top, so hopefully they'll come over. So anyway, thank you very much for coming over and joining us. Fresh from holiday, I arrived home about 5 o'clock, so I've had a little bit of a sleep, I'll be honest. Yeah, I did. I was absolutely exhausted because they was playing bingo till 12:30 last night, and I had to be the caller. So it was like 12:30. We had to be out of the house by 9:30, so it was a bit of a mad rush this morning. So anyway, thanks for coming over and joining us. As always, I'm joined by Brian and Terry. Here they are. Look, the two dynamic.
Hello, everybody.
The dynamic duo.
Nice to see you all.
So anyway, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
You're welcome.
So as always, if there's any questions, please put Q before your question, so these guys can work out what's going on, and then they can answer the question if they know the answer, or they can ask. And remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So what am I doing tonight? Tonight I've got a piece. Well, actually, I went to see Pete of Twisted Trees on Wednesday. Him and his lovely wife made us very welcome. Thank you very much. And he gave me a piece of Burlwood horse chestnut. So that's what I'm going to turn. Hopefully with some of these inclusions here, we're going to have it coming through the side. So it's around about 195 by 195 once we get all the excess turned off of it and get a nice shape on it. I've just put a Forstner hole in the middle to hold like I normally do, and she's a little bit soft. So what we might have to do is shape it, soak it in sand and sealer, leave it a little bit to dry, and then we'll give it a final fine cut just to get a smooth, and then we can sand it through. So, but we'll see how it goes. So that's the plan for tonight. Nice, easy project to break me in, since I've been chillaxing all week. And
understand how these people will go on holidays all the time.
I
never heard such a thing.
No, I don't know what holidays are.
Neither do I.
Right, so one of you guys will welcome everybody in, please. That would be great.
Well, whilst you're doing that, Brian will welcome everybody in. Bless him.
No, I don't think I will.
Yes.
Hello, all.
Can't really be bothered.
All I know is Colin.
Evening, everybody. All right, from the participants list, we have Barry's Wood Creations, Chrisky Wood Creations, Door 60, Douglas Mungham, Fred Gulliver, Gary Glass. The lovely Joe Senior's in. I hope we're getting some singing tonight. Malcolm Douglas, Mark Pritchard, Norman Greenwell, Peter Corcoran, or I can never say that right. Corcoran, that's it. Robert Buchanan. That's some dodgy character called S.K. Craft. Susie, the Swiss woodturner, is in. Susie. Todd from Glencoe Woodworks. Lord Wilson. Weevil's Tackle Turning is in. William Kenny. Wood Grizzly by Colin, and the Woodwork Learner. They are from the participants list, but we have got 43 people, so there must be a few more somewhere.
Woodworm Paul's in, Door 60. Yep. Cavanaugh's in, and Killer is in.
There you go. See, Terry was watching.
London's in, I'm not sure if he's Todd of Glencoe Woodworks.
Yep, said him.
Lord Wilson, Malcolm Douglas, Harry Glass.
There's a good crowd in. 44 people watching.
Robert Buchanan's in.
Thank you all for coming over and joining us.
Chris from Bailey's Woodworks has just joined us. Good afternoon, he says.
Hi, Chris.
Welcome, everybody, and I hope you enjoy what Steve's making tonight.
Horse chestnut.
Yeah.
Nice piece. Nice piece, but look at it. Yeah. Well, you live with the blinking horses, you ought to know, Brian.
I do.
Do you know, I mean, if I squint my eyes, you sort of look like one as well.
Oh, why the
So
long
why
face?
the long
Gary?
face?
I
Why
knew
the
you
long
were saying
face?
that.
They're
You're
off.
so funny. Graham Hayne is
Robert
in.
from Hodge
Hi,
Podge.
Graham.
Robert from Hodge
That's
Podge is in as well.
Is
Robert.
Graham Hayne a new name to me, is it? Graham Hayne?
Maybe.
Graham,
Hayne?
Graham Brown
I
is
I think
all.
that's a,
Evening, Jennifer. Jennifer's Crafting Creations in.
sounds like a new name to me. I'm going to investigate.
Which one's that? Graham.
Graham
Graham
Hayne.
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 Okay, we've got Graham Wilson, Graham Brown in as well. Look. Good evening.
Yeah, my way.
Welcome.
Good evening. If you're new to the channel, you're extremely welcome. Everybody's welcome, of course, but you're extremely welcome.
Let us know
It's
where
a
you're
pitiful
from.
horse noise. I expect from
Yeah.
you. All right. Oh, sorry. Graham Hayne. Just checking on his
Stephen
channel.
Gordon's in as well. Good evening, Stephen Gordon.
Good
Good
evening.
name.
Who's that? Sorry.
Stephen Gordon.
Oh, welcome.
Yep.
Welcome. Yes, I
Hey,
did.
Stephen.
I had a very nice break. Thank you very much. It was absolutely lovely. All right, so nearly round.
Okay. Robert from Hodgepodge says that's a pitiful horse noise, Brian. I'd expect better from you. Well, usually I'm better than that, but I kind of got confused a wee bit. My
Yeah,
age.
had enough stroll this week. Hello to Andrew from AGK Woodworks.
Not enough haylage.
Not enough hay.
Although I was cutting grass this morning, a bit like a horse mowing the grass.
Right, so we are round. I want to go. I only just want to get it round. This bit here is still a little bit flat, but I can lose that on the curve of the bowl. I don't want to take too much of this out of here. I want to try and keep a bit. I want to try and keep a bit of that in there if I can. Right.
Some of them £10 inclusions.
Yeah. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40.
Yeah.
Andrew-
£100 worth of it.
Andrew from AJK Woodworks is in.
Hi, Andrew. How you
Hi,
doing?
Andrew.
Right. So let's get.
Did you say that? Did you say that?
I did.
You must have said it when I was talking then.
Let's get.
You're always talking.
Let's get some shape on this.
Brian's very animated.
Animated, come on.
I think he means animated. Yeah, this evening. Yep, you're right, Todd. That'll be the beer.
Your beer.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Oh, yes, too. God, you're worrying me.
I'm a worry to you. Why would I be?
When you say you're cutting grass, I mean, I imagine cutting grass, some guy with a lawnmower, up and down 10 times job. You got in a blinking great tractor for about 4 hours.
No, this was my little. This was the orchard field I was cutting, so I used a little 42-inch ride-on lawnmower for that.
Right. So I'm going to go to a half-inch bowl
Takes me
gouge.
about 2 hours to cut.
Going to use a half-inch bowl gouge on that. It's a bit.
Good idea. As long as it's good and sharp. Soft, punky wood.
We're going to get a nice curve on this.
Is it all that punky, Steve, or just soft?
No, it's not punky. It's just softer than what. Obviously, there's a bit of spalting in there, so there's a little bit of deterioration
Not
on
a
it.
bit over the top, maybe.
Yeah.
Horse chestnut
Probably
is a
like
soft.
Big Divvy.
A horse chestnut
It's a
is
soft
a kind
timber.
of soft wood anyway. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not soft because obviously you get got a little bit of tear out there, but you expect a little bit around the burly bits, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, I just want to try and keep as much as I can. I don't want to lose any of it more than what I have to.
Absolutely. Yep,
So I
nice
just wanna-
piece of wood. So who am I going to pick on this evening?
Well, we've now speaking in Scottish again.
Is Weevil talking in Scottish again? What's she saying?
Because me
Oh,
Brian
hold on a minute, hold on a
turning,
minute.
Nobody picking on him and ooing him, whatever.
Maybe picking on him. I can't see that. Where is that?
Well, it's on my screen. So look at my screen, Brian. You'll see it.
Oh, it's not on mine. Why is live chat not working on my
Oh, there you are, see.
pop page? Oh, there it is. Hi, Jennifer's Crafts and Creations in.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
I said that earlier as well. Well, never mind.
Didn't you? Okay.
Douglas Mungham's asking Brian, could you use the horses to cut the grass?
I could, but the problem is I've got too much grass and the horses would get too fat. So you kind of have to restrict their grazing a little bit, so as they don't get overly fat.
Does it not affect the hoos if they eat too much grass as well?
It can give them a condition called laminitis, which is basically it's a whole body disorder. It's a bit like what do you call that thing when you can't tolerate sugars?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for and couldn't find it.
Neil
It's a bit
M's
like
joined us. Hello,
diabetes.
Neil.
Hi, Neil.
It kind of affects the whole body, but it comes out in the feet the worst.
What about if you actually strap the lawnmower to the horses?
I could do
They
that.
could pull the lawnmower.
You could do that. They could pull the lawnmower, but you know my horses would spend more time eating the grass than pulling it.
Yeah. Right, so normally I do more of a curve on a bowl, but because I don't want to lose hardly any of that feature in this bowl, I'm going to do quite a steep wall bowl on this one.
A wide foot then.
Andrew from EGK says, "Sorry, I can't respond, everybody. I'm finding for myself this weekend.
So did
He's
you
cooking tea and chatting LOL. He can't multitask.
Did you find out who the new Grahams were? Did you have a look on their channels, or are they
nothing on them?
Oh, right.
Certainly Graham Haynes. Who's that one? Graham.
From Real Simple Things is in. Hi, Baz.
Hi, Baz. How you doing,
Say
Baz?
hi, Baz. Brian, say hi, Baz.
Hi, Baz.
Ah, good. So you won't say it again now. And Roy's in. Roy's a boys.
Hi, Roy.
Here, Terry. Roy the boys in, and so is Baz.
The way when the plan works.
Right, so that little push cut has made a lot of difference there. Took a lot of
Terry. Greg Alexander's in too.
Good man.
Right, final centre. I'm going to put a mortise in the bottom of this. Just because I don't want to lose any of the timber. And I must admit, I was quite impressed with Pete's centre finding gouge. It's got a little bit of ply cut with the marks on it, and I was quite impressed with that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm going to make one of those.
Yeah, you use that quite a lot. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to make one of those.
See, once you've made yours, Steve.
Yeah, here we go.
Once you've made yours.
Here we go. I'm waiting for it.
There you go. There you got this one.
Just make one for me too.
Could that be part of the buddy range?
That'll be something he's going to...
Yeah. That's a good idea, actually, Terry. That's a good idea, that is, Terry.
It is. Blinking good idea, Steve.
So because
after you finish your live.
So because
did you say that twice there, Steve?
What's that?
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Right. So because this wood's a little bit soft, I'm actually going to do my 10 a little bit deeper on this one. I'm going to go about maybe between 4 and 5 mil, because it's not punky, but it's a bit softer than what we normally
stretch with the opening of the chuck. Come on.
So I'm going to do my mortise just a little bit deeper. And we're going to make a little bit of a feature out of the bottom. We're going to make a little bit of a feature out of the mortise, so it just sort of disguises what it is really, because you know what I mean, they don't look the best on the bottom of a bowl, but it's nice to make a little bit of feature of it. So I'm using a quarter spindle gouge just to clean my mortise out.
Lovely.
Is Malcolm Douglas with us?
I haven't heard you call his name out.
No, that's because he's sitting in the old one.
So I'm now going to use a skew just
in this one as well.
So I'm just going to use a skew just to put a little bit of a taper on that, just so it's going to use the whole of our jaws to hold, not just the tips.
Malcolm Douglas is in this chat.
Is he?
Yes.
That's okay. I didn't see him.
He must have saw the link.
And then I'm just going to run.
He's there now, yeah.
I'm just going to run the skew across that because I haven't flattened the bottom off.
I was just quickly having a check to see who was in the original listing.
Can someone just pop back and check the other one and make sure there's nobody hanging around in that one?
Brian's just done that.
That's what I've just done. You're not listening to me.
You're heady. You keep turning, Steve. You're fine.
All right, I'll try my best.
Woodward learner Andy says, Brian, are you being nice tonight? Are you poorly?
Yeah. Gary Glass thinks I've been on the Nippy Sweeties.
The Nippy Sweeties.
It's on the
Nippy
beer,
sweet.
Gary. He's on-
So,
So I just
I've had about a mouth. I've had about a mouthful of beer, but I'm high on
Too
life
much
today.
beer.
Right, so hello. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as much. So is what we got? Have we got streaming issues? Let us know if
Can
it's.
anybody tell us if it's streaming okay to YouTube? Because we're watching on a different.
Yeah, I've just had
We're
a big.
watching it on
thing
Skype.
altogether.
I've just had a big.
No,
alert-
you're still okay.
Am I? That's okay.
You're
Right,
okay.
so there's a
Yep.
little bit of green in here, so I'm
Can't
just
see
gonna get.
it.
I'm just gonna get a brass brush and just clean some of that out of there.
I don't think he is,
Paul.
Paul.
I know he's not. That's an SK4 chuck.
It's not an SK, it's
An
SC.
SC4 even.
Have another beer.
So now we're
I've
gonna.
got a clear my throat. I'll be all right in a minute.
So what we're gonna do is gonna stand that up
Hey,
to.
Rick.
I'm gonna stand that up to 240 grit. Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, 240 grit.
Everybody's saying it's okay, but Susie, the Swiss Woodturner, said it was buffering a few minutes ago, but it's okay.
Oh, right, okay, it's not so okay.
Everybody else is all right.
Yeah, it's just come up with a big yellow banner across my screen saying.
Yeah,
Right.
does that.
So sand this up
Did you
to.
mention Dave Oatey, Brian? He's in.
Who's in?
Dave Oatey.
Hi, Dave. How you doing?
Harry Bartlett says picture's not as clear as usual, but he did have an appointment with Specsavers on Saturday.
Who?
Yeah.
Terry.
Bartlett.
Terry did. Terry. Oh. Terry had it. I thought you meant. I didn't know if you meant Steve or Terry.
So what's that deep? 3-inch, Steve?
I will tell you. Yeah,
Looks about 3-inch.
Looks about 3 inches.
from there to there is about 2 inches.
Okay.
2 inches, yeah.
Nice and big on.
Looks bigger against that small chuck.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That nice small chuck.
So I'm using the 80 grit to get any imperfections, any tear outs we've got before we move up to the next grit, because obviously the next grit is only going to remove the scratch marks from the grit we're using. So we want to make sure we spend a bit of time making sure we've got a good surface before we move on.
Paul
There's-
Finley, Woodturning at Home, has just joined us.
Hi, Paul,
Good
how you
evening,
doing?
Paul.
Hello, Paul.
I'm just going to sit here and be quiet now.
So I'm just wondering, one of those Grahams might have been where we were staying. There was a gardener, and I can't remember what his name was. I told him that we was live tonight. And he said he was gonna, if he get a chance, pop in and have a look. I was just wondering if one of them was him.
Oh, that's okay. Well, perhaps he'll say I'm the gardener. John Scarborough's just joined.
Hi,
Perhaps
John.
he'll say I'm the gardener.
We've all got a question.
Matt Workshop's in as well.
Hi, Matt.
She says, hi, Matt. We've all says, has anyone tried making your own pressure pot with an old bucket and a bicycle pump?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Bucket.
Don't do it, Bob. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Just save the money up and
So-
and buy one for 100 quid or whatever they are on the eBay.
yeah. You can buy the
We've always
painter's,
got
the
it.
painter's pressure pot thing and then convert it, can't you, Steve?
Yeah, that's what I did.
How much it cost to convert, Steve?
The only thing you need to buy is, well, I actually changed the pressure valve because I weren't 100% sure whether the pressure valve was any good because obviously they're Chinese. So I replaced the pressure valve and put a new pressure gauge on it and a blanking plug. So I reckon another 20 quid on top of the price of the actual pot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not bad, is it?
And when I bought
Yeah.
mine, the pot was 89 quid, but I think they're just over 100 quid now for the pot. But it's
Mr.
just-
G's Woodturning's just joined.
But I think
And
it's
Mr. G.
I think it's a 20 litre or 25 litre paint pot, pressurised paint pot.
Dave Oldie did the same. He did the pot conversion, paint pot conversion.
There's
What's
videos
the
how to
price
do
of
it
the
on YouTube.
ordinary pots? You know, the ones designed for.
Yeah.
400 quid.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of money. The resin ones are a lot of money for what they are.
Right, it's time to help out a member of the community. So let's see who we're going to support today. This one. Just pick one at random.
So I got
Copy. So we've got Mr. G has just joined us. Mr. G's Woodturning has just come in,
good evening.
and he's currently sitting on 48 subscribers. So let's show Mr. G a little bit of love there. There's the link to his channel. If anybody wants to pop over there, have a look at his channel. If you feel like it, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. Helps his
Steve,
channel.
question for Steve. Andy at AGK Woodwork says, Steve, I've been looking at your link tree for cameras, the Logitech 920. Which one of your cameras do you use? This, please.
Right.
And
This
is it a good one?
This is the Logitech 920. That's the Logitech 920. All my cameras other than the tail, all my cameras other than the tail stock and the overhead are Logitech 920s.
Right.
So are mine.
So all I will say is with them, you need to.
Create these sheds.
All I will say is that if you have the Logitechs, you need to spend a little bit of time getting the colours right because the colours are not perfect. But they're not designed
Yeah,
for what we
I
use
figured.
them for. They're designed for conference calls or, you know,
Okay.
in dark room streaming. That's that thing. And because we do a lot of stuff with different colours, you just have to spend that little bit of time tweaking them with your filters. But I do believe, I think I covered that in the video I put up a few months ago, didn't I? All the colour
Yeah, she
filters and all.
did. Look, you look at
Yeah.
one of Steve's videos for cameras. He's
did.
covered most of that actually. So you can go back in his stream and on his channel.
Setting up
Check
for
back
OBS.
for the cameras. Jennifer's Crafting Creation says she needs 2 subscriptions to get to 450 or 52 to get to 500.
Yeah, that camera is a little bit blurry, but I think
It
that's
is a bit
maybe
blurry.
Steve's internet is maybe not 100% tonight.
Playing up a bit.
No, it's just a bit. I don't know what's the matter with it.
You've been on holidays.
Well, yeah, but it's been turned on all the time.
It's not happy that you went away.
Yeah, so well, the computer went. There was
That's
about
it, you see.
there was about 30 updates when I came in.
That's what you get for going away.
Right.
Oh, we've got Mr. G up to 56 subscribers now.
Well done.
Well done.
That's good. That's 8 subscribers in a couple of minutes. That's brilliant. Colin Woodward by Colin says he's finally managed to get over 3,000 or 300. 3,000.
Well done, Colin. Over that big, massive jump.
300.
300.
And Gary Glass says he can't help Jennifer because he's already subscribed. And I'll translate that for you if you like.
Just to let everybody know, I will not be doing a live on Monday. I'm suffering badly at this moment in time with my hip.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be doing live for a few weeks.
Yeah. Poor old sod can't even stand at the lathe for half an hour.
I can't stand for 10 minutes.
You know how it was the last couple of lives we had to kind of stand in the middle. So he's just going to stop for a little while to try and get it sorted out a bit.
Woodturning by Barry says a very good evening to you all.
Evening, Barry.
And you, Barry.
Good evening, Barry.
But I shan't be missed because I'll be sitting here worming for several people.
You will.
Right. So
it does, Robert.
So that's
firstly for me on Monday night.
So that's standard up to
piece of wood.
Standard up to 240 grit, that is.
Dun, dun, dun. What comes next?
He must like you, Steve. That's a gorgeous bit of timber.
Yeah, it's very pretty, huh? Look at the swirls in it. Look at the swirls.
He never sent me any.
Well, he did say something about, you know.
Perhaps he'll bring some over when we come over.
Right, so
Good Creations says, well done, Jennifer and Colin. I'm 18 off 400. There you go.
Isn't it nice to hear all these channels growing over the period of time that we've been doing live?
It's absolutely lovely.
Fabulous. Refresh that page again.
Great community. Really great.
Right, so is that clear? Yep, that's clear. Focused. Right, so I'm going to soak this in sand and sealer. And then I'm going to do something in the bottom of that just to give that a little bit of character to take the plainness away. And you'll now see this wood pop. Look at that. Ooh.
I would suggest maybe not the what's name tool
Texture tool.
in the bottom because
No, I was just going to put a couple of little rings
Texture
on it.
tool,
That's what I was going to do.
I would think
Yeah.
rings or something. Yeah, something nice and
just a couple of
sharp.
rings, yeah.
Where do you skew?
I've got
Yappy's in. Hello,
Or,
Yappy.
or some
What,
some
Yappy?
such.
I've got the new tool that I could try.
Oh,
Which
you
new tool?
too.
Oh, you'll
Well,
find
you
out in a
may
moment.
not
You'll
have
find
one.
out. You'll
You
find out
may
in a
not
moment.
have one, Brian. You may not have one.
Right.
Be
You
be
may
hold
not
on
have
a minute.
one.
be patient, Brian. Be patient.
You may not have one.
Oh, I can't wait now. New tools. I'm excited.
Right,
Come on,
that's it.
hurry up.
Can
Get
you
on
feel
the
it?
internet on the other computer, Brian? Get ready to buy
Can
it.
you feel the suspense building up, Brian? Can you feel that?
No.
It's very dry, this bit of wood. So we're going to give this a nice soaking in.
Roy's asking what sort of wood that is, Steve.
It's a piece of horse chestnut, Roy. So what I'm doing is, obviously you all know that I thin my cellulose sand and sealer down 60-40. This is really dry, this bit of wood, so I'm just gently putting coats over it until it stops soaking it in really quick, because I want to really seal it well.
So
One of
there's,
the best bit of horse chestnuts I've seen, to be honest.
there's the next link I'm concentrating on tonight, and that's for that one is for Matt's Workshop, or Matt's Wood Shop. It's called Matt's Wood Shop. He's got 287 subscribers. Let's get him over 300.
Oh yeah, that should be done.
That is such a pretty bit of wood. Look at the features on that.
Dave Oaty says Brian already wants to buy one. Doesn't even know what it is yet.
Yeah, he's already ordered it. He's linked into 4 different shops now: Axminster, Yando's, Record Power. He's on them all. He's got them all ready. As soon as Steve tells him what it is, he'll press the button. Sorby, whatever.
Fred Dollar says, I feel blessed. I've got 1 subscriber and he doesn't post anything. Nothing on his channel. That's probably me, Fred. That was probably me, Fred.
Right, so I'm just going to
Steve
burn.
Hale's just joined us.
All right, Steve, I'm just going to burn a shot
Abe.
just to dry off this.
Oh, hold on. Oh, incoming news. Steve Hale says, evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I've just got back from Mark's demo.
Oh,
How did
how
it
was
go, Steve? How
Tell
did it go,
us.
Steve?
And the word is
Mark didn't turn up.
Mark didn't turn up.
Mark wasn't there.
Did he have his SK114 with him?
What?
Just checking.
Be quiet.
Of course, he was at Yando's today, wasn't he? Yeah. I was going to nip up, but I'm earworming, so I couldn't.
Steve made him stay home. Steve forced him to stay home.
I paid better.
Yeah, Hodge says,
Yeah, he
don't
pays me
forget to
better,
put the SK114 in your basket. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. They're just
You got
wildly
money you haven't
expensive.
earned yet.
Right, so I'm just going to cut that back with 240 again, and then I'm going to give that another coat of sand and sealer.
Yeah.
Although I did get a bit of good news today.
One.
I got my first payment from YouTube.
Woo!
Yay!
You're rich in.
38 pence better off. And
£60 and 77 pence for 3 months' work.
time you divvy it up to all the people that contributed.
Yeah, I know.
John McDonald's just joined us. Hello, John.
By the time
John?
Michelle sees it get into my bank account, it'll be back out again.
Well, that can buy you another tool, maybe the one Steve's got,
Oh, that'll buy the one I've got.
to keep your channel going.
It will.
The way I look at it is, it might not be a lot, but it's enough. It's something you haven't got to pay out. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. I'll buy a
Get
few
you another
nice
tool or
blanks.
get you another whatever, you know. Yeah.
So just blow all the dust out of
All
it.
out just to keep the channel.
I'm saving up to upgrade my camera for taking photographs. And my lighting system for taking photographs. That's what I'm doing.
I can sell you a camera system if you want, Brian.
For my nice,
$8 grand I got if you want.
yeah, okay, Terry. That's even more expensive.
Be cheaper to get someone who can take the photographs.
Yeah, it would.
Jennifer said
Jennifer
she'll do a giveaway if she gets to 500 subs.
I hope so.
Oh wow, best worn
Let-
mark.
Let me just see here. Why can I not find Jennifer's?
She needs 52.
Hold on.
Right, so that's two
Yes,
good.
DSLR bit. Can't get Dave.
So that's 2 good coats of sand and sealer we've put in there.
Roy the boy says it'll go up. Well, I hope so, Roy. I hope so. That's the.
It's not as good as it used to be before they done all the American tax law and thing with Google. That's for sure. But hey ho, here's what it is. We don't do it for the money. We do it for we do it for the love.
We do. Do you see what Wilbert Leonard's just said there? I can't believe it.
No.
Paul Cavanagh's in. When did Paul Kavanagh sneak in?
Said that ages ago.
No, you didn't.
You're not keeping up. Trust me.
Paul Kavanagh says we'd have to give away 450 subs. I don't know.
Graham Haynes just joined us and he said, question, I'll try again. I haven't been on a live for a while and I'm from Southampton. Well, welcome, Graham.
Well, welcome, Graham. Welcome along. I hope we make the entertainment pleasurable for you.
Yes. Any questions? You know what
Graham,
to do.
Graham's channel hasn't got anything on it, so we can't sub to Graham.
Right, so we're going to use a bit of what camera are we on? Overhead. Bit of Yorkshire grit.
Roy the boy says, I had my first million views.
Wow.
My first million view video the other day.
Wow, well done, Roy. Well done, Roy.
You watched it 1 million times. Yeah. Brian El Conero de Madeira is in. Hello, Brian with a Y.
So Yorkshire grit.
Oh, Brian.
Rub it all over our piece stationary. And before we put the lathe on. Now we're going to get the Yorkshire grit's going to go in all the inclusions, but we're going to have to blow that out with some compressed air once we've got the piece sanded back. So turn the lathe on low. About 400, anywhere between 400 and 500, depending on how speed your lathe goes. And then just gently rub the material, the tissue over it to let the abrasive paste cut itself in. Now this should take us up to, if we take our time, spend 3 or 4 minutes, if not 5 minutes, longer you take the better finish you'll get. Unless it's hours, because obviously you just end up burning through your tissue then. You'll get the better finish you'll get. You should end up with about 1,000 grit finish if you do it properly. But remember to sand and seal before you apply the Yorkshire grit. And Yorkshire grit is not I bet. And Yorkshire grit is not a finish, it's an abrasive paste. So you're going to need to apply a finish over the top of it.
Sing, Joe. Sing.
Of some description.
And
I'm just going to speed my lathe up a little bit.
The hands that feel pretty can be soft as your face with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
I knew that would spur him into doing it if I couldn't remember the words.
Yeah, I knew you couldn't remember the words because you're an old doter.
Hands that too pretty. I know all the words right.
No, you don't.
I do. Don't you know? I do, to be sure.
Mark didn't sing. Steve Hill says Mark didn't sing.
Mark?
He must have used the old Yorkshire grit on his demo today.
Yeah, must have.
Or this evening.
Was it a good evening? That's what I'd like to know.
That's what we want to know.
Did he do
and how come
you enjoy it? That's the main thing.
I was just wondering why his back so early. Perhaps weren't so good. I hope not, but.
Graham Haynes is taking a shortcut. He says hello to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, good idea. You know, you'll be there a while, Graham.
That's the way to do it. When there's 56 people watching, there's a lot of names to type.
Well done, people.
So we're going to speed our lathe up a little bit now, just to get the last little bit of our grit. Don't need to apply any pressure. You're letting the friction between the cloth and the piece do all the work. If you end up putting loads of pressure on, all you'll do is generate lots of heat and end up burning your fingers with the heat coming through the tissue.
Well done, Jennifer.
Right, so I'm going to
Thanks, Jennifer.
clean bit of tissue now, just to take off the excess beeswax that's in the Yorkshire grit. And we're looking for our tissue to come off clean.
Okay. So Steve Hill says it was very good. And he lives only 25 minutes away from Yandel, so that's why he's home so early.
All right.
Yeah, right, okay.
But he's home just in time to come in and join you, Steve, which is perfect.
Thank you very much.
I thought Mark wasn't on till 7 o'clock, or was he on before 7?
That's what I thought. It must have been early.
I thought he was doing 7
no,
till...
no, it was at 5 till 7 it was, because the shop shuts at 7:30. Yeah.
All right, there you go. And a couple of people have suggested that we need to hit the thumbs up button. Well, there are 36 thumbs up on that page. Let me just refresh that page and I'll tell you exactly how many.
There's nobody in the other. Is nobody in the other link?
No, there isn't.
Good. Push one. Right, so there you go. We've sanded up to about 1,000 grit now. Nice smooth finish. So because the Yorkshire grit has obviously worked its way into these inclusions, we just need to get that out of there. I'm just using compressed air just to blow out the grit. Because if not, that'll just go all white and horrible.
Well,
time to repaint the wall.
You're okay, Jennifer. I know you wouldn't say such a thing. But that Mark Stratton fella said it. I know rightly. So we have 36. We have 38 thumbs up. There's 58 people watching, so that's another 20 people who could, if they wanted to, hit the thumbs up button. I can nearly talk.
You can nearly talk. That's only one can. You're a cheap
I know. It's not even one can, Tea. It's only about a third of a can. I haven't been drinking it.
Right, so I'm just going to spin the lathe up and just re-white that because all the Yorkshire grit's blown out of the holes and splattered everywhere. So we're just going to buff that off. Now, I don't do a lot of oil finishes. Can I put oil over the top of that now I've sanded and sealed it, or has there got to be a wax?
No.
I would suggest you need to use a wax because the oil has to soak in.
Right, that's fine.
So you've sanded and sealed it. That'll stop
unless you sand and sealed it. You see.
Yeah.
Had you not done that, it would have been fine. But
yeah. That's
thanks,
fine.
Jennifer.
That's fine.
Won't sink in now.
So I'm thinking, where is it? I can't find it. I've got a stick here somewhere. Where's that gone?
Would Residual Collins asking you, how often do you move the belt on your lathe, or do you keep it in the middle all the time?
I keep it in the middle all the time, Colin. Never move it. Right, so
I think most people do that.
Yeah. The thing is, if you've got 3 belts, 3 sections or 2 sections, keep it on your fastest belt unless you're turning something that needs a lot of torque.
Yeah.
In which case you should put it to the bottom because you won't need the speed, but you will need the torque.
Yeah, I keep mine on the middle. I keep mine on the middle belt. The reason being is because I find that the most variable one for what I do, like bowls and spindle work. So, so I'm using. No, I'm not. I'm using. What camera are we on? That camera. Chestnut Products microcrystalline wax.
Microcrystalline
wax.
So it's really a bit
no
melted.
Fingerprints,
so
then, is it?
need to give it a mixer. It's so hot in there. I'll have to mix it up. It's like it's a bit.
Oh, it's like a lightweight paste.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Sure, that's microcrystalline wax.
Yeah, that's what it says on the tin.
Crystalline water.
So I was gonna. So it's like an.
How come you guys are getting so much heat there?
Because we're in England, mate.
It's been 26 here today.
Yeah, it was about 15 degrees here today.
26 yesterday.
It was 26 most of the way home today.
It's dropping down tomorrow. It's dropping down to 18 here.
So a nice generous coat of this microcrystalline, making sure we're getting all these inclusions. And again, we'll do exactly the same as we did with the Yorkshire grit. We'll just blow out what's in the inclusions. But I want a nice coat on that, because that wood is really thirsty. But I will oil the inside, I think.
Yeah. So no sand and sealer.
No sand and sealer.
No.
According to my calculations, we need 2 people to subscribe to Matt Woodshop to get him over 300. 2 people.
Well, I'll be one. So is the link in there?
We'll be in a second.
I think I'm already subscribed to that.
I'll
But
just
if I
pop it
haven't,
in
I will
again.
do after because I can't do it
Paste.
while I'm on this setup.
There's the link again. Let's get 2 people to click that link. Gary Glass says 18 degrees is a heat wave in Northern Ireland, Terry. You're absolutely
That's
right.
the thing, isn't it?
Anything above 18 degrees, we start to melt.
Right, so
Now,
there's
Robert
one.
Obchod Woodwork says it's 40 degrees C where he is.
Oh, get out of here.
It's Texas, isn't it?
That's not hot. That's
Oven temperature.
yeah.
You
could cook
that,
things.
that's
I mean,
right.
you just cook things in that. It's like a slow cooker.
Todd says it's 38 degrees in Dallas. 38.3.
Right, the boy says one more. He says.
Let's have a quick look.
All right, so let's have a look at that. Might give that another
Oh.
coat.
We've suddenly just jumped up to 306 subscribers, Matt.
Good man. Jennifer's asking you, Steve, stupid question. It's not a stupid question, Jennifer.
No such
No
thing.
question is stupid. But what is the difference between Chestnut's microcrystalline and Hampshire Sheen's microcrystalline?
Nothing.
To be honest, Jennifer, I can't answer that question. I would imagine the formula is very similar, but
Price?
obviously, no, I would imagine the price is very similar.
A lot
To
of
be honest,
prices.
I know
Probably similar prices.
the chestnut one is a bigger tin. The chestnut is 225 milliliters, and the Hampshire Sheen one is there's no any size on it.
Don't know.
No, I can't see any size
Probably
on
gives
it.
it in grams.
Dave Oaty says about 3/4 a tin.
But to be honest,
There's no difference. It's microcrystalline wax.
I would imagine the formula is slightly different, but they'll be the same. They'll be don't you think?
I wouldn't bet on it. I think they'll probably be coming from the same sort of place. It's a byproduct of the chemical of refining oil.
Is it?
Richard Phelan's just joined us.
Hi, Richard.
But one thing I will say is the chestnut one melts easier than the Yorkshire Hampshire Sheen one. I bet if I open the Hampshire Sheen one, I bet it's still solid inside, and they've been in the same cupboard. Yeah, look, that's the difference. Hampshire Sheen one's still solid.
Yeah.
So Woodward Lanner says, question, how stupid is stupid, or is that not a stupid question?
There's no stupid question.
Depends who's asking it.
Only stupid people, Andy.
I could answer that, Andy, by asking you to go and stand in front of the mirror. but I wouldn't be that unkind.
No. Man, Andy.
Yeah, I'm going to cry now. Stop it. Ward Wilson says that grain is great.
It is a beautiful piece of wood.
Absolutely super piece of wood.
So that's polished off on the bottom. So we just need to put some little score lines in there with my new tool.
I reckon Roy's going on holiday next week.
Is he?
Yeah, I reckon so. He must be going abroad.
It's going to be 37 degrees where he's going next week because he's doing a Terry.
Ah,
There we are.
He's doing a Terry the Hobbit, he says.
Thank you,
He's leaving Middle Earth, going somewhere else.
Right, so my new tool. Anybody want to guess what it is? Go on, have a guess. Anybody want to guess what it is?
Go on, get us a fluting tool.
And he says his mirror's not strong. And he says his mirror's not strong enough.
It's a round skew.
No, it's
Never.
It's the Les Form detailing tool.
I knew it was. Yeah.
It's round skew.
It's not a detailing tool. It's not. That's not what it's called. It's called a Les Thorn multi-purpose tool.
All right, it's the Les Form multi-purpose tool.
And,
So
and I don't need to buy that because I've already got it.
So all I'm going to use is this corner. I don't know if I want sharp. It's only just come out of the packet. But I'm going to use this.
Peter says, see Michael.
Just going to use this corner just to basically the same. You could use a skew. I'm just being snobby and using a new tool. So I'm going to move that a bit closer.
Well, that's nothing wrong with using a new tool. Have you got one of those, Brian?
Yes.
So I'm just going to use the tip.
He's already got one.
Just to have it.
And all we're doing is just putting
Peter, I can't see your. Peter, could you put your comment in again because I can't find it.
All I'm using is just that little
that's
tiny.
His last comment. Yeah.
All I'm using is that little tiny corner.
Edge.
Just to just give me a little V groove in the bottom of that piece.
You can use it like a skew. It works like a skew as well.
Does
it's
it?
very versatile.
Yeah. So that's all I'm doing. Something
So it's
simple.
very much like a beading and parting tool.
Yeah.
But it's a round bar.
So I'm just
William
going to
Kelly
rub.
says he's been using Hampshire Sheen citrus burnishing oil today, and it smells lovely in his
Oh, mate, that
Oh, yeah.
that citrus burnishing oil smells absolutely. I leave the lid off in there every now and again just to make it smell nice. So
Oh,
I'm going to.
hold on. Joe Senior asks a question here. Not a question, it's a statement. You can put anything over Yorkshire grit, but only polymerizing oil like Danish or tung oil is worthwhile.
There you go. Thank you, Joe.
Right.
So I'm going to
You
put.
could use Danish oil if you got some.
I'm going to put a little tiny bit of bronze embellishing wax in there.
Oh, no, not the embellishing wax. No.
Oh,
Don't do it, Steve.
you can't do
No.
that, Brian, can you?
Don't do it, Steve.
Brian's
I
cringing
can't.
at
I
that
can't.
phrase.
I've been practicing.
Practicing. So just rub it in gently. We're filling up the little grooves.
So Benjamin has put in a controversial opinion. He says, signature grind tools are a load of. You can fill in the blank.
Chicken nuggets. Load of chicken nuggets.
Well, I have a beading and parting tool which does exactly the same job as that less thorn tool, except for the fact it doesn't roll over as easy. With a round bar, it rolls easy.
I just wish I'd have got less sign. I wouldn't have used it then. I'd have kept it.
Yeah, just lacquered it and hung it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm watching, Ward. Thanks very much.
So just a little tiny bit of bronze, Hampshire Sheen embellishing, bronze, just to enhance that texturing in the bottom, just for Brian.
Oops.
So we're just going to.
Hodgepodge says, with Glyn out of the house, is Joe having lots of parties? Absolutely. We're all earworming from Joe's house.
Yeah, Lave's in her garden. We'll be partying later. So we're just going to buff it off.
Norman Grimwell says you've just brought one of those. Good job.
Well done, Norman.
We are a community of buyers, I have to say.
Yeah, but what?
Tool acquirers.
Yeah, but any hobby's the same, though, isn't it?
Suffer from gas.
If Bob's got it, Joe wants it.
Brian
Gear
Green's
acquisition syndrome.
Brian Green's in. Hi.
Oh, Brian.
Evening, Brian. How are you doing?
Right, so that's the bottom finish. Just a little bit of texture in the bottom there, just to make that mortise look a little bit more interesting. Well, as interesting as you can make a mortise look anyway. Oh, hang on. I know what we need to do.
From Wivy Woodshed is late.
Oh,
Andrew. Where have you been?
Look what you've missed.
I'm shocked.
So just use the compressor to blow all the wax out of the inclusions. We'll just give it a quick rub over with a clean cloth.
Joe says, "Hi, I'm drinking Glenn's lager." Well done, Joe. Empty it. Empty the whole lot.
Andrew went to see Mark tonight. Did you enjoy it, Andrew? Hope you did.
Hope it was a good show.
Yeah.
Missed it.
Right, so let's flip that.
I think Mark was doing his sort of signature demo of the beehive effect on or sort of beehive bowl sort of thing. Rolling beads.
And he was doing wine
hodgepodge
bases as well.
He says
his big mark just arrived in the mail. I've got to say, it looks better than an SK114 with that silly square key.
Controversial, Robert. Controversial.
Right, so smooth the front of this off, and then we'll start hogging it out.
Oh, I've just refreshed your page again. You know what happens? I get the adverts again. Oh, no.
You do. That's more, pays it more.
More revenue for Steve. 57 people watching and 44 thumbs up. Excellent, guys. That's only 13 of a deficit.
So I'm not going
to says, hey now, square drive is the best or the beat thing, he says, but I think he meant to see the best thing about the SK114. Well, it certainly beats the nonsense that Record Power have with 3 different
is
chuck keys for
absolutely
3 different chucks.
Yeah.
Tim from TF Turning says, did someone say SK114?
Hello, Tim. Good evening to you.
Well,
Hi,
good
Tim.
evening, Tim. Richard Phelan says the Vic 120 is a super chuck. I have no idea. I've never used one. I've only got Record Power chucks. Sorry, I tell a lie. I've got one Nova chuck, which is the giant gripper jaw chuck.
That's a big chuck, isn't it? If I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly.
It's a beast of a thing.
Yeah. Is it 6-inch diameter or something?
It's 5, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
James
brutal
Crawford's just joined us. Hello, James.
Who's just joined?
James Crawford.
Oh, good evening.
Lovely to see you all in.
So I'm not going to go mad on this because obviously the wood's not the strongest because of what it is. Yeah, and obviously we don't want to ripping it out of the chuck. So nice. Don't know what that was.
Don't want to go through the bottom either.
Those light cuts.
So nice light cuts. So you can see
Take
how
your time, Steve. There's no hurry.
The lighter the cuts, the more time you got playing on a lathe.
Nope.
You can see how soft it is because I'm not actually getting no ribbons off it. It's all like bits. That...
My thinking on when you're playing by yourself, when you're just having fun on your lathe, is you better try and make every cut a finishing cut.
Yeah.
And practice your tool control instead of just hogging out bits of wood, making shavings.
Yeah, totally agree.
Trevor P.
Good
Hobby
practice.
Turner's just joined us. Hello, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor. Welcome.
Douglas Mongham says, no funnel, please.
No, we don't want a funnel.
Steve hasn't
Try
done a
not to do
funnel.
that, Douglas.
Steve
Don't do
hasn't done
that
a funnel for ages upon
anymore.
ages
Weeks
upon
and
ages.
weeks.
Thanks for that, Brian. That's really jinxed me, that, now.
No, it hasn't. You've got a depth gauge, you'll be okay.
No, you got a mark depth gauge.
He has, Terry. Have you got one?
I'm going.
Oh, dear.
No.
Tragedy.
Like rocking horse poo to get out of here.
Steve Fleming,
I only live a little way away. Hello, Steve.
Good evening, Steve.
So we'll see what sort of tear out we're getting in that. Not too bad, it's just a little tiny bit in the bottom. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do a really thin wad bowl. No point.
No. Not with that figure in it.
Well, you can't with that figure in it because there's inclusions in it.
You wouldn't want it thin unless you want to go holy.
No, we spoil it.
I think so. Needs to be a little bit chunky. I think we're buffering again, aren't we?
Buffering a little bit, yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Your internet must be poor tonight, Steve.
Or is it flickering, is it?
It's buffering a bit.
Yeah, it's buffering just a tiny little bit.
I'll
In fact, in actual fact, the picture I'm looking at on YouTube is actually better than the picture I'm seeing on Skype.
really, I'll have to.
Well, that's right, because at least the people watching will get a
Yeah,
good
I'll have
view.
to.
It's much sharper on YouTube than it is.
When I go in, I'll reboot the router.
Yeah.
Perhaps been sat there all
Cornish
week.
made 1882's in. Hello, Katie.
Hi,
Katie. How
Katie.
you doing?
Did you bring cakes for being late?
Always brings cakes, even if she's early.
Aye.
So just a bit of sharp edge on this for the last few cuts.
Mark Pritchard's got to go. Says,
See you
take
later,
care.
Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Thanks for coming over,
Thanks
Mark.
for coming in, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And Colin from Wood Wizardry says it's fine on my TV. It's looking good in my monitor too. It's just on the Skype thing. It's looking a bit.
Benjamin's got a new drill today. He thinks it's a bit big.
Colin, how's your good
you think
lady?
it's
Can't go
big?
amortize it.
Colin, how's
Why do
your
you think it's too big?
Colin? How's your good lady?
Oh yeah, she's had to go in for a blood transfusion, didn't she?
Yeah, she's not very well. bless
She
her.
old, blimey.
Oh wow, that's better.
That's
Oh,
all
love.
right.
Send her our love. Rob from Copper Row has just joined us. Hello,
Hi, Rob.
Are we actually still streaming?
Katie hasn't brought any cakes today, but she has completed her first bowl. Well done to you.
Well done, Katie.
It's
you like
all uphill now. Everything now you're going to enjoy.
What is happening here?
It's you, Brian. You live in Ireland.
Oh, I've lost the YouTube channel. I've
You've
now
lost
got
YouTube.
I've now got Terry.
Oh,
Don't know what happened there. Let me just go back a step. And move
yes,
the
they
little.
qualified Tim. Tim's brought chocolate eclairs.
It's not it. Right. I'll be back in a second on YouTube.
My internet's all right.
Don't know what's happened to it. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's working okay. It's just me.
Yeah.
It is I've made a mess of it.
So is operator error again?
Of course.
You're worried of me.
I'm worried to myself. Never mind you.
Andy's been eating jam donuts.
John McDonald says the Vicmark 150 is the best chuck. Again, never seen a Vicmark chuck, so I can't confirm.
No,
or
you're the
deny that.
Ruby uses those. She's a very good chuck. Excellent chuck. Quick chuck.
This is weird.
Of course we care, Colin.
This is seriously weird. You remember the trouble you had earlier about finding Steve's second link for today, Terry?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. Oh, there we go.
Go to the top of the page.
I found it there. I've got it. There we go. And I can pop out the chat again so as I can hear what people are saying or see what people are saying. Hear what people are saying.
That'd be clever.
That would be really clever.
Welcome to the first
will,
YouTube
Robert.
channel
We'll
with
see.
Herovision.
Herovision, correct.
Herovision. We're going to bring out Smell-O-Vision one day so you can hear the wood burning. Smell the wood burning. Robert says, I'm sure we'll see some Vicmark chucks when we go to Glenn Lucas's. I think so. He's got 9 Vicmark lays lined up.
He has.
So I'm going to use
Actually, Vicmark station.
my depth gauge just to check the depth of this.
Katie has said that her next mission is a rolling pin. Who's she going to be beating with a rolling pin? That's what I want to know.
So I'm wondering, should I leave that step in there or should I take that out? What do you reckon?
Oh, well, that looks quite nice.
Well, it's just something different, isn't it? It's just something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could use that step for a lid when you get another piece.
Okay. Leave it there.
Yeah, listen to the old bloody grumpy Scottish Irishman.
Just leave it there. It's fine. It looks lovely. And he
If you
says,
want to leave
Brian,
it in, Steve, it's your project. You leave it in, mate. We don't mind.
that's exactly right. Gary Glass says, take it out.
It's getting close to a funnel, Robert reckons.
And that means take it out. Oh, don't mention the funnel.
So put your depth gauge in it, make sure.
Just check that. Don't want to get too thin in the bottom.
And Robert says, are you worried about taking that step down because it might make a funnel?
No, I'm not worried about taking that. I
No,
just
'cause you
thought that'd be
can
something different
spin the
rather
step
than a boring curved bowl.
It is going to make a nice ledge on it there, Steve. So you can make a nice domed lid with a lovely finial on the end of it. You can do that live next week.
Top lid with a finial on the top.
Right, I'll take it out. If I've got to make a finial, I'll take it out.
You don't hear me, Jerry.
Jennifer says leave it in. Steve Fleming says funnel. No, we're not doing a funnel today.
No funnels.
There, look at that, easy.
I took it out.
I took it out. Took it out. So I just need to take a little bit off that because it's sort of dipping in a little bit there. So I'll just take a little bit off that rim. Do I think we're at the right width?
He took it out
Yeah,
because he
nice,
couldn't.
yeah.
Because he
Rim
won't
looks
do a
good.
funnel. He won't do a finial. That's what it is, Terry.
I know. You know, I could have sent him a finial.
He's afraid to do a finial.
No, I just think they're pointless.
No, they're not pointless. No, they're definitely not. I think you should do a finial on Sunday with your SQ. Oh no.
Yeah.
Are you on Sunday?
Not if I've got to do a finial, no.
What do you think, Chuck? Should Steve make a finial? I think
I
he
think it
should.
should be funnel. Should finial week, should be. Just to let
Hashtag
everybody
finial.
know that I came in late. I shan't be doing a live on Monday. In fact, I shan't be doing a live for several weeks to come. Suffering trouble with my back and my hip, and I can't stand very well. So apologies to everybody.
Chris from Billy's Woodwork says he loves a finial with a point.
Yeah.
And Douglas says finial.
What's
And
the point of
Susie the
that?
Swiss Woodturner, so he says, so the next hashtag week will be hashtag finial.
Well, it might
Todd
be.
says hashtag finial. Steve, you're going to have done a finial.
Thank you, Douglas.
Sorry, I've got this
Steve
glitch.
turning a finial.
Might be not working properly.
It's in the chat. When you read it back, you'll see it. Don't be trying that nonsense. And Woodwork, Andy says, a finial out of a carrot on Sunday, Steve.
Hey, say that again.
There's a chat.
John
A finial
Scarborough.
out of a carrot on Sunday.
Oh no, the mess. I couldn't deal with the
John
mess.
Scarborough says, has he missed Lidded Box Week? No, you haven't missed Lidded Box Week,
No.
John. Lidded Box Week is going until the...
Tonight.
Oh, yeah, he would have missed it,
Tonight.
hadn't he? Tonight.
Tonight is the last night to
Pictures
get
up
it.
to bed
mate.
today.
Pictures in tonight.
Yep.
I actually
That's
haven't put a
3
picture in
weeks you've
mine.
had.
I forgot.
We'll get it done.
Nah, I shan't
Get
bother.
it done.
Not worried.
Right, so
Get it
let's
done.
sand this up. I'm going to use...
Trevor P says, a funial might be interesting. A funial. See what you did there, Trevor?
Brian Turner resin finial. Hashtag Brian Turner resin finial.
I've already tried that, Todd.
Tim's got an idea though. Tim says I could carve a spoon while I'm sitting down.
You could. Well, you could right enough, Terry.
Right, so let's sand it.
Chris from Billy Woodwork says, Steve, seriously, in all seriousness, a good video explaining the string steady rest would be great. So that means you'd have to turn one of those, what do you call them things, a trembleur.
Oh man.
String steady rests are okay, just as long as you put a bit of wax on them.
Yep.
Basically,
Wax the string.
You just have 2 pieces of wood or 3 pieces of wood, one across the top, and then just put your strings around them. Pull the strings reasonably tight on each one. Away you go.
Holy moly. The Velcro's just come off.
No.
The Velcro's just come off.
Colin said he sent his pics in weeks ago. So did I. I sent me in about 2 weeks ago too.
I did mine about 2 weeks ago, but I didn't put the picture in. I forgot.
Everybody, well, you still got time
I
to send it in.
another box of Monday. Yeah.
I remember.
I just got to get a pad.
John Scarborough retracted a message, and so has Jennifer. Oh. What's going on there?
They're talking to each other. Secret
Both of them
scroll.
couldn't spell whatever they wanted to. Yeah, secret scrolls.
Right, let's try again. Oops. Put it on the right way. Always helps, doesn't it?
That's it.
There should be loads of entry for the Lidded Box Week.
Yeah.
There is quite a
But
lot.
to the end of tonight, anyway, John. John, if you've done one, you can just send it to SK Crafts. Isn't that Steve?
Yeah, SK Crafts at BT.
SK Crafts at btinternet.com.
At btinternet.com. SKK Rafts.
All lowercase.
I'll put it in the chat.
btinternet.com. All lowercase. If Steve wakes up in the morning, there's a picture there, that's grand.
There you go. SK Crafts at btinternet.com.
We have had quite a lot of. I will say there has been quite a lot of people sending them over, and there's a lot of new people as well, which is nice.
Lovely. Excellent.
What was the wrong spelling, John? Oh,
Tim's not-
your retracted message. Okay. I
Tim's
never worry
not been
about wrong
brave enough
spelling, John.
yet to turn a
We
tumbler.
all do that.
Come on, Steve. That's your next.
I
Tim,
have
that's
no
your next
intentions of turning a trembler
quest.
at all, ever.
Turn a trembler. I'll do one day.
Not a chance.
I did one a long time ago.
Oh, Gary Glass said he sent his on the first day because he thinks he's a class SWAT. Take your books to the back of the class, but you'll not be staying there long.
We'll put him at the
That's all I
back
can
of
say, Gary
we'll-
Glass.
We'll put Gary at the back of the video then.
I think so.
Oh, John Scarborough has sent one in, he says, but he's been away, so
I know. I
didn't
haven't
know if
missed it.
he'd missed it. No, it's on Sunday. You'll get the collage or montage or whatever.
A montage.
Picatures. Stephen, get him out in time.
A video montage.
Yeah, that
Sure,
will
he's
be-
doing nothing else. He's been on holiday all week. I mean, should have had done by now, to be honest.
yeah, well, I won't let him take my laptop. I have to be sociable.
Oh, did she stop you? Did you? Where do you think you're going with that laptop? Okay, dear.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so
Oh, Robert, that's a bit unkind.
They will.
So
I'll turn a 3-foot tumbler and it'll be looking 2 foot taller than me. Excellent.
come up to your knees. Terry's not that tall. Terry isn't really that small.
it's just
Certainly around the waist.
it's not that small. It's just in a big world.
I'm in a big world. All my friends,
Yeah,
fellow
he lives in
woodturners,
a
are about
big
18 foot
world.
tall. All
Or
over
up
6
here.
foot. Well, except Brian, he's not over 6 foot, but he's a
Yeah, I'm
little
only
bit
5
as
foot.
well.
I'm only 5'10" a bit.
You are. No, the bit 5 foot 10 you were. And you're getting smaller, shrinking.
Yeah, I was 5'11" and I'm shrinking.
I'm 5
So-
foot 9.
I'm around 5'10"
So all those below 5 foot 9, welcome to the Hobbit community.
Of a community.
Fred Gulliver says, do you use WhatsApp, Steve?
I do.
You do?
I do.
For
Yeah.
sending pictures?
No, not really. No. Well,
Tim's
again,
obviously-
WhatsApp is a bit
No,
like
no.
Messenger that breaks the format down, so you don't get such a good picture quality. That's why I said to people, email them to me because you can send it through a full format rather than send it in minimized format, so you get a good quality picture.
Yeah.
You do. Send it by
TF
email.
Turning Tim says, when's hashtag multi-axis week? Obviously, he's good at that.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's on the way. Don't you worry, Tim. Everything's been covered in the next 2 years.
And Brian Green says, what is A? Question mark.
What is what?
What is A? Question mark.
That's the first letter of the alphabet.
What is that?
That's it. That's correct.
Yeah.
It's the first letter of the alphabet. It's correct.
Or it's Dada.
Ta-da!
Dada.
That's right.
In Morse code.
Morse code.
Start with
Yep.
dash. Dada.
Ta-da, ta-da,
Da, 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 da.
Or a deaf Irishman. Hey?
Da.
Hey? Hey?
Hey,
Hey?
hey. That's Scottish Irishman.
Colin says he's a fully paid up member of the Hobbit Club. He's only 5'7".
Oh, well, there you are, Colin.
You definitely are then, Colin. Royce the Boy said, see, I was right. The inside rolled edge. There is absolutely nothing better than a nice rolled edge on a piece of wood. Don't care what everybody says. You can just
What sort of
pick it
oil
up
we
with your
putting on it,
fingers
Steve?
and rub your fingers over the edge. Gorgeous.
What oil we putting on, Steve? You decided yet?
Well, I've got lemon oil, citrus, burnishing oil. I've got food safe oil. So,
That would be
Just-
probably
just-
preferable if
Just,
you're using it
just
for...
one or two oils. So Danish oil is food safe when it's fully cured, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's... Yeah. That gives a shine as well. So depends on what you want. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, lemon oil gives you a kind of matte finish.
so there's the burnishing oil.
So shiny outside, matte inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to sand this up to 400 grit.
Somebody asked what a trembler was.
All right. It's basically a long, very
Finial.
long finial with
Yep.
lots of different shapes and
Hodge.
things on its way up.
Yep. Hodges has
basically.
explained that.
Ruby Claire did, wasn't it 4 foot long?
She did.
I've seen some people do them 6 foot long. And you usually buy a tube, a glass tube or Perspex
Yep.
tube, and then you put them in the tube so you can stand them up for people to see them and keep them from breaking.
Yep. But Colin says burnishing oil will give off a lovely smell.
It will.
Lemon oil.
Benjamin says, Brian, but the roll die takes away from my shadow line. Yeah. Only if you want a shadow line in there, Ben. But I see what you mean. Sometimes that nice rolled edge just draws your eye into the middle of the bowl quicker. Price Boy says, I'm only 5'6". Does that mean I'm in the Hobbit Club? Yes, it does.
Definitely right.
Yes, it does.
You're nearly in a dwarf club.
Yeah.
And everybody thought I was a hobbit. See how you can influence people.
Yeah, Robert's suggesting it's mainly a French turning thing. I believe it used to be like a finial test to pass your apprenticeship.
It did, yeah.
Probably
Right.
was, yeah.
So I'm going to
It's
go
probably
for...
been invented by some... sorry, Steve.
That's all right, no, you're fine. So I'm going to go
Not
for
citrus oil, that'd be nice.
citrus burnishing oil.
I was thinking it's probably been invented by some sadistic old wood turner who had a grudge against an apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should use them
Right,
as
this is your
pieces,
challenge. Get on with it, laddie.
Yeah.
6 months later.
And so you can get the longest one, so you can do an 8 foot one, and they got a big long lathe with lots of string on different angles to keep it spinning without vibrating and wobbling around.
Oh, that smells nice.
So Robert wants to know what height you are to join the Giants Club. You have to be over 6'2".
Yeah. So if you're over 6'2", you're in the Giants Club.
And Tim says that he's used lemon oil for donkey's years on guitar fingerboards. Never used it on a turn piece though. Stuff smells great. It does indeed.
It does. This stuff smells lovely.
Pete does it when he makes dibbers for his shop that he sells his stuff in. And it attracts the customers.
Yeah.
Big basket full of lemony smelling dibbers.
Mr. G's asked a question, Steve. He says, in finishes, what is the one of the best for shelf life and what is the worst shelf life?
Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it? That's a bit contradictory, that one.
Yeah. I mean, if you use Danish oil, you can put on several coats of it and it'll dry and cure and shine. And if it goes off, you can actually put another coat on 3 months later.
Yeah, it's almost
and you can put it on 4 months later and a year later, and so the shine just gets better and better and better. Then
yeah, I think
any oiled wood, you can oil again.
Yeah, trouble with a wax, it's like anything. It's like an oil that'll soak into the wood eventually, won't it? Even if you seal it well, that'll still soak into the wood.
Yeah, they dissipate. These finishes, unless they're set hard, like Danish oil, they kind of dissipate.
Yeah.
Wax kind of dissipates, so you have to redo it.
Lodge Podge is 6'3". Paul Kavanagh is 6'5", 27 stone, and he thinks he qualifies as an org.
An ogre. Now, I have to say, Paul, it's not so much the height and the weight that causes that's the one eye gives it away.
Yeah, in the middle of the head. Ward Wilson's 5'14". Well done.
5'14".
6'2". They're all blinking 6 foot more. I see, that's why I'm called a hobbit.
You're just a midget. Well, I can't say that word, can I? Not midget. I'm not allowed to say midget.
No.
Woodward Lerner says, I'm 14 stone 32. Does that make me heavy? Yeah, it does.
You ain't heavy. He's huge.
I almost said something rude then, but I bit my tongue.
Be nice, Brian. Be nice.
Tim says, I'm thinking of migrating to mineral. I'm always nice, Steve. To mineral
Oil.
as my go-to oil, as it cures a lot quicker than a lot of the others.
Mm.
There you go.
That's a lovely colour, though, Steve. You got there.
Beautiful piece. Huh?
It's gorgeous piece. I'm actually watching it on YouTube now because it's a far better picture than what I'm getting through Skype.
If Pete knew that was going to turn out like that, he wouldn't have given you that.
I would have kept it. No, he wouldn't. Pete's not like that.
No,
Pete's
I
a
know.
nice fella.
Pete's a true
I'm
gentleman.
joking.
Pete, I said to Pete today, where are you going this weekend? He said, I'm going to be drunk in the field.
Yeah, I see that.
That's what he said. And he's not away at Glastonbury. He's away up north with some of his biker buddies.
John McDonald's 5'14", 315 pounds, and got one eye.
Benjamin says, come on, boys, kilograms, please. I'm 86 kilograms, Ben. Is that'll do okay?
Douglas Mungan was lightweight. He's only 16 stone 28.
That's fine.
18 stone for Douglas then.
The wood dude is in. Oh,
Oh,
late,
Stephen.
late as usual, Stephen. So you've been cooking your tea again, have you?
Dad.
All right, so
And the AEW Symposium, Cindy Druzza is now live. There you go.
Is she?
I just
No
thought it just came up on my reminders or my notifications there. Susie the Swiss wood turner. For everything that does not have to be food safe, I use boiled linseed oil. Several coats, and it gives a lovely shine.
It does. Give it
does
Absolutely.
Boil.
So with this burnishing cream, the idea is to let it soak in for 10 minutes, then obviously burnish it off to bring a nice
Can you show us a tin of that, Steve?
Hampshire Sheen citrus
Oil from Hampshire
Citrus-
Sheen.
citrus burnishing oil. So the idea is that you
Yeah.
put it on, you let it soak in, you leave it 10 minutes, then you just gently burnish it off, and then keep applying your coats. It's never going to shine. Don't try and shine it, because it's never going to shine. It's an oil. But what it does is just gives you a nice gentle sheen. So just let that soak in for a little bit. Put some of these tools away while we're waiting.
Mr. G meant to say that if you buy it, will it go off if you don't use it? Which is the best to stay?
Shelf life.
It's
Shelf life.
a longer.
Yeah, shelf life.
That's what he said.
Well, I don't know really. If you keep the lid on it,
It should be all right. Danish oil, if it gets air in it, will go hard.
Yeah. Anything if it
You've
gets
gotta
air in,
keep
it's
it
going to evaporate, isn't it?
like that.
Eventually, and it'll become hard.
yeah.
But it's not Danish oil. If you not put a little bit of white spirit in it, would that not bring it back, or would that be?
Thinners, yeah.
Can
Drop
do.
of white spirit, bring it back.
Yeah. Right, so I haven't left this 10 minutes. Should leave this 10 minutes, but I haven't left it 10 minutes. But I just want to.
Douglas Mungham is saying the word you're looking for, Steve, is luster.
Luster?
It gives a lovely luster.
Oh, right, okay. Never heard that word.
Luster. It's like a dull shine, if you like.
So a little bit of speed. Smells lovely, if nothing else.
Yeah, I was going to say, make your workshop smell nice. You go in and Mrs. will say, "Oh, you smell nice, Steve."
Yeah, well, she was a blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that'll be.
You could be so lucky.
Oh, mate, I can't cope with the one I got. I don't want another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say,
I have the same problem.
So let's give that another coat. That is an absolutely stunning piece of wood, that is. There's so
it
much
is
going on in there.
beautiful.
So this time I'm just going to soak it with the cloth, because the reason I used the brush before was because I want to get it all in these inclusions. So, but they're all soaked now. So wish I'd have ordered the back now.
That's Susie's just given some good advice there to Mr. G. If you get a small glass bottle from wherever, pour some oil into that and use it from the bottle rather than continually opening in the large tin.
Yep, very well.
And another tip is when you put the lid back on the tin, shake the tin so some oil goes up to the lid.
Seal it.
Any air that just seals it.
Seals the small gap that there is in the lid.
Brian Green says, "Very nice, Steve. He must be on his way. Thank you all. You're welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
See you another
Thanks,
time.
Thanks for coming over.
joining.
Goodbye, Brian. Talk to you later, man. Thanks for coming in.
Right, so let's move this out of the way.
That is a stunning piece of wood, as
That's right.
Steve would commonly say.
Is that focused?
Yeah, it's not
Pretty-
too bad.
It's pretty good on YouTube.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all, Steve.
We'll just make it on full screen on YouTube. Yeah, it's all right. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so let's just burnish that off then.
Burnish. Douglas Munger said wild grain pattern. That is indeed.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
the
this is
best
like,
grains I've
Right.
seen on the work. Horse chestnut.
Gary
with
Glass
donkey's
says,
ears.
I'm loving that bit of wild of wood. I'm loving
You see
that
that,
bit
Brian?
of
What I
wood.
said then?
Really bonny.
That's
What'd
one of
you
the best grained piece of horse chestnut I've seen for donkey's years.
Ah, very good. I love your equine jokes, Terry.
so I'm not applying a lot of pressure on this, but just enough to get a bit of warmth between the tissue and the piece, just to burnish off that oil. And all it's doing is just taking out any oil that's not needed in the piece of wood. Just going to rub it on across the back there, because where the inclusions are, some of the oil came through.
Robert is suggesting there are also stop-loss bags. This is maybe an American thing. Stop-loss bags, which basically look like IV bags that you put your open finish in, and that's supposed to improve the shelf life. That's because
they
there's no
gradually
air in
collapse. Yeah.
Yeah.
it. You can squeeze
As
the
you
air
use
out
them.
and then close it up. And as you dribble it out, it just closes itself behind it.
Visit the hospital,
not
didn't
He hasn't got
Fire
around to
truck
trying them yet. Yeah,
That's the answer.
So just
We'll
wipe
get
it's a
it.
it.
good
Trip trolley
idea.
and
It's
10
actually,
bags of
it's actually
drip.
quite a good idea, that.
It is.
But I wonder, are they black in colour so as to stop the UV light on it?
Yeah, they probably would have to be black. They would oxidize out if the light got at them.
Oh, dang it.
Right, so
UV light is funny thanks to liquids.
Yeah.
so let's put it on that camera. So there we go.
Wow, look at that, eh?
Benjamin says you
Full of
can
rubber
also
duck.
get a spray that leaves a gas in the tin, so
Right.
there's not oxygen in the tin.
Yeah.
It'll be the oxygen that makes it go off.
Stick some argon gas in, that'll do it.
Very
That
nice.
is a stunning
Well,
piece of wood,
machine.
buddy. Wow.
Beautiful.
Right, so let's just put it on there. Put the overhead
That's
on
not bad for being away a week on holiday, is it?
it. Oh,
Wait,
there we
Best
put
piece
enough
of
rings in
U-turn
the
for a long
bottom.
time.
Sorry? Yeah, I couldn't do 3 because that's Mark's signature. I didn't
Did
want
you
him
put
whinging.
That's good.
Yeah, he'll whinge when and he's like, I was away, you did 3 lines.
Well, I've got to take a smock off.
So Robert from Hodge says that the gas stuff is called block oxygen.
Right. I've never heard of it in this country, so
No, I've never heard of it.
perhaps it's
And
American.
Hodgepodge says as far as he sees, the bags are clear.
Actually,
Yeah.
let's go on that one
Scott Dunn
first.
says that's a nice piece of art.
Thank you.
Hello, Scott Dunn.
So there you go. Which way we want to go there? So get a bit of light on it now.
Yeah.
So some nice feature in
Very,
it, really
very nice
nice.
piece.
And the inclusions, obviously, when you sand, the inclusions always sand quicker than the wood. So the inclusions are actually lower than the piece, which is quite nice. And then when you put the oil on them, they just really come to life and show the colours. Really nice. So.
Oh, you see that nice comment there from William Kenny?
Yes.
He says, Brian, when you come down south, I'll send you home with an 18-inch piece of chestnut burl. I'm only 30 minutes from Glen Lucas. You'll have to come
There's
and meet
4
us
of
at
us
the
coming.
hotel, William.
There's 4 of us coming, William.
You only need one piece, though. Don't worry about them.
That's all right. That's fine.
We've
That's
got plenty of stuff.
what? 18 inches. That's fine. That's a 4.5-inch platter each. That'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no
no problem. Yeah.
Thanks, William.
So anyway, thank
You'll
you,
have to
Pete.
come round
William.
and see us in the hotel, buddy.
So anyway, thank you, Pete, for sending me that piece or giving me that piece of wood. Absolutely stunning. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Beautiful piece of wood. And it smells lovely. Lovely. All right, let's bring you guys back. What's up, straight, Brian?
I can actually smell the.
Can you
the
smell it?
surface now.
Can you smell
Lovely.
it?
Smell it from here, Steve. You can smell it.
Let me just waft a bit in for you. There you go.
Barry Chitty says chestnut do that gas. I've never seen
No,
that
I've never
on
seen
the
it.
website.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing to look out for, maybe.
Yeah,
Well, you can see it.
Yeah.
No, I don't buy enough of it to go hard anyway. I just use it.
Yeah.
Just buy little bits. At a
I
time.
bought some food safe oil when I first.
Don't buy 2 gallons of it. Just
I bought some food safe oil when I
Cheer up, everybody.
first started, and I've only opened the tin and used it once, I think, and I don't even know where it is, to be honest. And I would imagine it's still.
Right, that's obviously.
Still. Oh, here it is.
lost
Here it
its
is. Here
way.
it is. Right, so I bought this 3 years ago. Don't know if you can hear that. Still good, and I've only used it once, so.
Still good.
Melamine lacquer.
Yeah.
Never
it
used.
Still
keeps
good.
well.
Bought that. Never
Yeah,
used.
that-
Only used that once as well.
It goes off.
But anyway,
Susie, the Swiss returner, saying, Steve, will you do a giveaway of that bowl when you reach 3,200 followers?
Susie.
No, Susie.
No,
Maybe when it
no,
reaches
because I reckon
4,000.
my wife. I reckon as soon as my wife sees that, she'll have that.
As soon as she sees that, she'll say, "That's it. That's
Yeah,
mine."
I reckon that'll be.
It will be.
I reckon that'll be on the.
confiscated.
I reckon if I took that in there now and showed her, that'd be on the coffee table within seconds. But
Yeah.
when I hit 4,000, when I
Stay
hit
there.
4,000 subs, I was doing a giveaway, not 3,200. So,
But it won't be
but
that
it won't be that bowl.
plate.
But you never know. I might be able to get a piece of wood and turn one similar. But anyway,
You can always ask Pete.
he had some nice pieces in his workshop. Very nice. Right,
He did.
Yes.
I'm getting close to 3,200 subs. I'm only about 10 away,
Yeah.
so it's getting close.
That's why she said it, I think.
So anyway,
It is.
there you go. Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Excellent
good,
job. That was
So yeah, I can see I've got.
lovely comments
I
coming
can
in.
from
see
Steve.
that I have got a low output because my streaming light is going from 3 megabytes up to 16 megabytes. It's jumping backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
So I will reboot my router
Something
and we
wrong's
will be
going on.
back to normal hopefully for Sunday. Because I don't know, that's the
Yeah.
broadband.
Don't forget, last chance to send in your pictures.
Yes, lidded box week. I need your pictures
Lidded
in
week.
by midnight tonight because I will start doing the video tomorrow evening. And if they're not in, then unfortunately they're not going to make the cut. So if you have got some lidded box pictures you want to send over to me, please send them to skcrafts@btnet.com even, not chem. All lowercase. How come Terry doesn't have a tan? Because
I don't have a tan.
he don't go out the house.
I don't have a
Ben.
tan
You don't go out the house.
because I don't. When I go on holiday, I don't go anywhere that's sunny.
All I will say is we have had the most amazing week in weather-wise away in Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Every day it's been above 25 degrees. Absolutely. I mean, I was out most mornings anywhere between 6:30 and 7 having my breakfast, and that was just the right temperature in the mornings. It was about 18 degrees. It was lovely. But anyway, right. So
Donna's in. Love Angel. Hello,
hi,
Donna.
Donna.
We're going, Donna, but hello.
Hello,
Hi,
Donna.
Donna.
Goodbye.
Welcome aboard.
Goodbye, Donna.
You're a bit
But you can
late,
go back
Donna.
and watch it, Donna. Press rewind.
Turned a fabulous piece tonight.
So we turn this, Donna.
Piece.
If you want to go back and
Spotted horse
if you want
chestnut.
to go back and have a watch of how we ruined this lovely piece of wood, then just go back and watch it.
How you nearly ruined it by putting a step in it.
Yeah, well,
That was just a test
when
tube,
you
wasn't
said finial, I thought, no.
No.
Get that out of there quick.
Right, so we are going. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming over and supporting us. As always, without you guys, this channel would not be anything. So I really do appreciate your time. Sorry about the mix-up beginning. You had to jump over the streams, but hopefully I've learnt my lesson. I won't do it again. So other than that, I will see you Sunday. I believe Wayne is on tomorrow night. Is he live tomorrow night? 'Cause he's at Dale's this week, isn't he?
No, Wayne's
So,
not.
No,
all right.
Wayne's not live
so-
until
No.
next week.
So no more lives.
he's away.
No more lives until Sunday then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be me and Nick.
Well, except
you on
Amy's on
Sunday
doing
and then
his
me on-
Saturday morning
You on Sunday
things, and
Yep.
and then me on
So
Monday.
no more lives
Jamie
until
Page is doing his
Sunday,
Saturday morning.
and then
whatever.
Brian will be Friday.
Oh yeah, you have Jamie and Jake's.
Saturday
Jamie
morning,
and Jake's.
whatever.
Oh,
Saturday
JP's not going to
Captain.
Dales, then, no?
Saturday morning, Captain.
No, okay, that's fine.
No, well, I
No.
don't think so.
Right, okay, so
He stood in for him today.
Right. Battle of the Makers should have been tonight, but because of
Thanks,
but
Andy.
but because
Thanks,
of obviously the guys going to Dales and me rushing back today, we've put it back a week. So it's going to be the 1st of July, the
So
Battle
next
of the Makers, but we'll have 2 in July to make up. So
Ooh.
Battle of the Makers
Yeah.
next Friday. Yeah, we will.
Will we now?
Next Friday night.
So
Stand by for your
so
question.
Battle of the Makers will be next Friday. So make sure you come over and check that out. And then we also have this month's or July's special guest airworm, who I may announce tomorrow or Sunday. I may not. I may just make you hang on
There
and
you
wait.
Oh,
There you are.
Oh, the suspense! Can you feel?
you're such a
Can you feel the
tease, Stephen.
suspense on the channel? It's like having a new. It's like having a
I
new
can.
pair. It's like
I
having a
can
new
feel the
pair of
suspense.
underpants, isn't it? Right. So.
Oh, don't forget, Martin's on tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Martin
Martin's
Savage.
on
Yes,
tomorrow.
yes, yes.
Jennifer's just
Thank you,
reminded me.
Jennifer.
12:15, isn't it? Is
reminding
it
us.
12:15?
No, it's no,
That's
it's
10
you don't
o'clock.
start
Oh
at
right,
10
okay.
o'clock or something.
Have we got his link? Let's check his link in quickly.
And it's
10 o'clock. And
it's just he's
I
it's a
haven't
fly
seen
on
the
the
link.
wall thing. He's not
All
going
right, that'll
to
be-
answer anybody, but he'd be there for 2 to 4 hours.
So that'll be on Facebook then, I would
He's
imagine.
going to film a video. He's going to film a video. While he's filming the video, he's going to let us watch.
You'll get it tomorrow. He'll put the link
Right,
up
I would
tomorrow.
imagine
I
that'll be through Facebook. I wouldn't imagine that.
I haven't
seen
seen
the
the
link.
link.
Right, okay. Well, anyway, Martin's on tomorrow, so
Well, if it's Facebook, we can all chat to each other on
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook if it is.
so
that'd be good.
obviously keep an eye out for that. Other than
But
that, I
Martin-
don't know whether we're still going or not, but my YouTube stream is frozen. So right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go anyway.
Well, we're still going here.
Yeah,
So.
right, we're gonna go. So thank you very much for coming and joining us. Hope you've enjoyed. Like I say, a nice little horse chestnut bowl. I'll get some photographs of this and stick this up on the Book of Face, and then so you guys can see what we've done tonight. And other than that, I'll see you Sunday. So anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for coming over. And thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
You're
Have
welcome.
a great weekend, folks, and
Thank you, everybody.
I'll see you on the
welcome.
next one.
If you haven't already, can you?
That's all, folks.